Professional cameras for street photography. What is the best pro camera for street photography? When you want the best AF, the best quality and the best lenses but still have a great portable street photography camera. Let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. I want to share with you my top 3 cameras that are the best cameras out there for street photography and for travel photography. So you want a camera that is good and reliable in photography but also in videography. And what are those cameras nowadays? Because we have some cameras out there that are launched for pro photographers, for beginners and so on. Full frame cameras or premium APS-C cameras. So the best camera money can buy nowadays, it is Sony A7CR. Again, I'm going just for the best cameras, not alternatives like Sony A7C II, like Sony A7C and so on. So the best camera for a pro photographer, for a street photographer that wants a camera with interchangeable lenses. I'm not talking about compact cameras like Leica Q3 or other alternative. No, just cameras that can take lenses. So the first one, it is Sony A7CR. And why is that? Because it has 60 megapixels. And I was thinking about my experience with Sony A7CRA and also with Sony A7C. And in the end, I feel that I'm missing the resolution that I had with Sony A7CRA. So I had there 47 megapixels. And in the end, it mattered because it really helped me use a full frame lens like this one in APS-C mode and still get better image quality than an APS-C lens on an APS-C sensor, on a 47 megapixel sensor. But this lens on a 60 megapixel sensor, so a great sensor, will help you crop 2 times. So a 35mm lens will become a 50mm lens and the 75mm lens at least without problems. Keeping the full frame bite, keeping the full frame dynamic range, keeping the full frame quality, keeping the full frame subject to background separation and depth of field and blurriness of a lens like this. This is very important. Even if an APS-C sensor, it's a crop from a full frame sensor, you'll not have the same bite like on a full frame sensor. So I'm really feeling this, and it really matters in street photography. So if you are into humanistic photography or if you are into fine art photography and especially black and white photography, because this is why I'm liking so much a full frame camera for black and white photography, then Sony A7CR is the best. It's the best. You have there enough buttons, not like on Sony A7C. You have the Sony Crazy AF. Now, the next big reason why I would choose Sony and no other camera that I will share in this video is that on Sony you have lenses. On Sony you have lenses, full frame lenses from A to Z. From A to Z. This is very, very crucial and very important. The lens is very important, the glass is very important, and the budget that you will put into a lens also is very important. So you have budget lenses, great, amazing lenses. This Samyang 24mm f1.8, it's a crazy lens, budget lens, sharp as crazy, with almost straight lines for a very wide lens, so you can very easily correct this camera, very sharp in the corners, even sharper than Sony 24mm f1.4. Also you have lenses from Sigma with aperture rings, metal build, very good quality, very good AF, not amazing AF, but good, it's doing the job, great image quality, great colors. Sigma glass, it's saving the Sony sensor colors. So the Sigma glass is saving the Sony sensor colors. This is very important. Very, very important. If you want good colors on your Sony camera, I would choose Sigma. I'm loving how Sigma colors are rendered on the Sony cameras. Very, very good quality. From A to Z regarding the Sigma lenses. Metal build with a nice, very good build quality, aperture clicks, with amazing Leica rendering. So you have lenses from A to Z, these Sigma lenses. Crazy good, very good. Samyang lenses, Next you have this Tamron zoom that you can buy very cheap. This is the first version. Also you have the second version, you have Sigma options and so on. So small zooms, small primes with aperture rings from Sony, but also from great third-party manufacturers. So the image quality that you can get with all these lenses is really great. Let's say you aren't into black and white, but you want good colors, then Sigma. Choose Sigma. Also Sigma zooms. Sigma has very nice colors, beautiful colors. If you use a Tamron lens or a Samyang lens, you have that greenish tint or yellow tint depending on the white balance and so on Sony cameras in general. But Sigma has a very pastel look, very beautiful colors, very beautiful black and white rendering. So indifferently of what lens you will choose, you will get very good results. The only downside is that it has a flip screen. So in the end, I feel the compromise is okay. I feel the compromise is okay because there is no other better camera that will offer you such great image quality, except if you will go to Sony A7CR, because you have there a tilt screen. But it is a heavier camera and so on. Sony A7R4, again, it has problems in AF. So Sony A7CR is the one that I would choose for the best pro street photography camera out there. Now, the next camera that I would choose, it is Nikon ZF. And why Nikon ZF? Because Nikon really thought well about making that camera. Of course, they have a mistake, and I will address that mistake immediately. But Nikon ZF, it is well built. It has all that you could want out there. I will not enter in the ergonomics regarding the ISO and other tidbits, because when you buy a camera like Nikon ZF, you really don't look at those ergonomic tidbits. Nikon ZF, it's a retro looking camera. It's dedicated for street photographers. It's dedicated to photography. It has the Nikon colors, the Nikon bite. And on Nikon you have great amazing lenses. But this is where the problem comes. You have great amazing lenses that are big and pretty expensive. You don't have lenses with aperture ring to go with that Nikon vibe. Next you have pancake lenses like the 40mm f2 that personally I'm not impressed about that lens. If I was impressed about the 40mm f2 lens, I would have bought Nikon ZF instantly. But because the 40mm f2 it didn't impress me, I decided not to buy for the moment Nikon ZF. It's a dream lens, a 40mm f2 for me. But I'm not impressed with it. What can I tell you? I'm not impressed with the 40mm f2, and I've always said that. And I've tried to look at the pictures online and to see a picture that will impress me made with that lens. I am not really impressed. It's not okay. It's not okay. But there are some small pancake-ish lenses that Nikon released, like the 26mm f2.8 and like the 28mm f2.8. So if you are into a wider field of view, that 26mm f2.8, it could work. It has nice subject to background separation. It is small and pancake-ish. So very good lens, and it's easy for me to see from the pictures that are published with that lens online and also from other YouTube reviews that this lens, it is very good. The problem is that I'm not into that field of view too much. It's a 26, it's not even a 24, it's not even a 28, so again, great job regarding what Nikon did, but the downside is that you have a very limited selection of small lenses. Next you have great amazing lenses with great amazing crazy quality, but they are big and they have a price tag to it. So if you want a pro camera and if you are okay with the big package and if you are okay with the big budget, then I feel Nikon ZF can be a very good choice. The only downside, and this also adds to why I'm not choosing it, but you could choose it if you aren't disturbed by this problem, is that Nikon ZF also has flip screen. So Nikon ZF has a flip screen like Sony A7CR, and you are limited regarding the lenses. So why not choose Sony A7CR that has 60 megapixels, great image quality, great AF, and you have lots of lenses from where to choose, and you have Sigma lenses. So why would not choose Sony? Just because it's not looking so retro like ZVF, for me, this is still not a reason. This is why I'm putting Nikon ZF on my second place of choices. Now, the third place is occupied by Fujifilm XT5. Yes, Fujifilm XT5 is my third choice for a pro street photography camera and also videography camera because it is crazy good. Crazy good. The only downside that you have here is that you don't have a full frame sensor. But other than that, you have crazy ergonomics for street photography. Crazy ergonomics for street photography. Good AF, of course, not Sony AF, not Nikon ZF AF, but good enough AF for street photography. And also you can get great image quality if you use the new WR lenses from Fujifilm that are resolving the 40 megapixel sensor. The dynamic range, it is crazy good. The raw files, it is very responsive in editing. I really don't get it when users are complaining they can't edit a Fujifilm XT5 file because it has lots of noise. I don't know what they are doing. Don't ask me what they are doing. For me, it is very easy to edit a very low light street photography picture with XT5. The noise, I can get rid of it very easily. Again, I'm not shooting dark corners. I am using the light. I don't try to shoot in black spots because this isn't photography. Next, the color is staying at ISO 12800. Very good. It is crazy good how the color is staying on XT5. Crazy good. You get so much details and colors at very high ISO levels. This is great for night street photography. Also, you get straight out of the camera JPEGs, but if you edit the raw files in color for night street photography, so I'm talking about extreme lighting conditions, will be very good, also in black and white. So this camera, it's really tete-a-tete with my full frame cameras. It is really there regarding image quality. So, of course, for great image quality, you should invest in the WR lenses from Fujifilm, like 18mm f1.4, like the 33mm f1.4, like the 56mm f1.2, or you could go for this budget lens, crazy light with good AF, very sharp and very reliable in low light photography, even better than my Sigma. TT Artisan 56mm f1.8 that I did a review, and I'll put a link in the comments and description if you want to get one. Crazy lens, crazy very good lens. For a Fujifilm kit on XT5, if you want a tele easy to carry lens and a very wide great quality lens, these are the lenses that I recommend. 18mm f1.4 WR and TT Artisan 56mm f1.8. With this in your camera bag, you'll be very light and you can cover all the focal lenses because you have a 40 megapixel sensor that is supporting cropping very well. So this, it will give you a 35 meters. If you'll crop in a little without problems, you'll retain image quality, and with this you can get the detailed shots. And if you want a macro all-around lens, so a lens between these focal lenses, my recommendation, it is 30mm f2.8 macro lens from Fujifilm. I did a review on my YouTube channel and also on my blog. You can check the links in the comments and description. And with all these three lenses, you'll be very well. Very well. I've decided to put Fujifilm on the third place because it's not a full frame camera. But in the end, my conclusion is that with the lenses, I would choose Fujifilm even above Nikon ZF because I have the lenses. And a lens, a great resolution lens, a lens that has great sharpness to it, great colors and good AF, it can overcome a big full frame lens like the lenses that you have on Nikon ZF, or like the lenses that you don't have on Nikon ZF. In conclusion, if I would have to rethink this top again, I would put, yes, still Sony A7CR on the first place for a pro photographer camera without any constriction regarding sensor size, lenses, AF, video, photo. No constrictions there, just the only constriction, a flip screen if you aren't okay with it. And next, on the second place, I would put Fujifilm, even if it's an APS-C camera, because you have the lenses. And the lenses are so good that they can overcome a full frame camera like Nikon ZF that doesn't have the lenses. But if you still want a full frame camera, and if you are okay with the pancake lenses from Nikon ZF, or if you are okay with the bigger lenses, the f1.8 lenses from Nikon, also Nikon ZF, it's a very, very good choice. And if you want to discover my 5 alternatives for a Leica Q3, please check now the next video where I will show you 5 alternatives from APS-C and also from full frame that can replace a Leica Q3 if you want a camera like this. Other than that, please check my blog, check my newsletter, check my affiliate links, support my work and leave me your comments. Thank you and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.